What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. So today I kind of cheated. We got a head start. We were going to come in, we're going to build a new track bar, get rid of this old one. The stock track bar on this doesn't go well with the way this truck's set up, because it's too short. Long story short, the factory track bar is too short, so it's pulling the truck body over onto the axle. I put these bushings in this old factory track bar less than a year ago. I can double check, but I think it's maybe a year tops, and they're already wore out and toast. You have about quarter free play on the wheel, quarter turn. So, and we did verify that it is a track bar. So what I did is I ordered these. These are from Emf Ball Joints. These are a really nice track bar end, specifically built for these trucks. They have the width right, they're machined to fit in the brackets. They're rebuildable like a creeper joint or a Johnny joint if you've ever used one of those. You can actually tension them if they get a little loose, greasable, all that fun stuff. But today kind of turned around, because the tubing, this is just for mock-up. I got the wrong tubing for it, and I didn't realize it. I didn't put two and two together. That tubing is not going to work. It's way too light. So what we're going to do today is we're going to mock this tube up in there with the Heim joints in it, to make sure that we have the length right and the bends right. And then what we're going to do, kind of impromptu thing, and this is kind of cheating, is we're going to put the stock track bar back in it, but we're actually going to machine Delrin bushings and get rid of these rubber bushings. It's kind of cheating, because where we're at, they have the machines, they have the equipment to do it. Not everybody has access to the equipment to do it, but we're going to do it anyways. It's just a temporary thing to get the steering tight again, and then when I get my new piece of pipe, we'll know the exact length, we'll know the bends. Right now I have them set at 15 degrees, top and bottom on the bends, but we'll be able to just slam it together, put it on the truck, get it adjusted right, and go from there. So what we found when we took the factory track bar off, the truck was sprung way over to one side. If you can imagine, because like I said before, the track bar is too short, so it pulls it over to one side. And that is what really killed these bushings, because the weight of the truck is constantly working against that bushing, trying to pull it back to center, and it can't go back to center. So I think the main reason why this is not working, why this is too short all of a sudden, is when I got this truck, I added 2 inches of lift to the front, because it was ass high. And I think what that did was it changed the geometry of the track bar and really threw things off. So what you saw us do there, we have our 2 points here. We have this heim and then this heim here. What we did was we set up a plumb bob. This guy right here, this string right here, that is in the center, exactly the center between this heim and this heim. So what we're gonna do, since we're dealing with a bend, we're gonna go from this heim right here, touch the end. We got 15, about 15 and an eighth, 15 and a quarter maybe. And then same should go here. We should be able to go from, oh man, there. That should be, that's actually 15 and 3/4. So 15 and a half is center. Now the idea is to take this bar, which like I said, this is a mock-up piece because I got the wrong piece of pipe. But that's okay because this is a better way to do it anyways. This is a 4-foot piece of pipe. So we're going to mark our center of that. This being a 4-foot piece of pipe, we're going to mark our center at 2 feet, 24 inches, right there. So 15 and a half off of center there, which will put us right about here. And then the last step of this is the heim bush, or the sleeve length itself. This sleeve length is 1.5 inches. There we go, 1.5 inches. Puts our cut there. Do that for both sides. We'll cut this excess off, and then we'll be able to slip our pipe into our heims and make sure it's happy there. Now, the truck is only off center right now about 3/16 of an inch, maybe. So there isn't much that needs to be done to center the truck on the axle at this point. So what we do with this bar should make it pretty damn happy. We got the bungs tightened in on both sides of the pipe, so it is happy. The only thing I'm not happy with, and I'm glad we did this, is this bend and this bend are both 15 degrees. This bend is going to need to go more, probably about 20 degrees, because if you can see right in here, that bar is actually contacting the bracket. Now I can probably clearance bracket, which I might have to do anyway when we're all said and done. But if this was 20 degrees and this, let's say this bend was 20 degrees, it'd give this more of a drastic come down kind of thing. And that would level this out, letting it fit under there correctly. So I think the only thing that needs to happen with my new bar, when I got my new piece of pipe, is I need to have the bends 20 degrees. And I think at 20 degrees, like I said, I think the thing's gonna be happy. It's just getting this bar down out of that upper bracket. So now that we have that done, I'm gonna pull this whole bar out of there, that new bar, and then we're gonna go and make our Delrin inserts for this as a temporary fix, but it'll give me some time to get this squared away, because I need to get bigger bolts. I need to get a reamer and a bit, because these are 16 millimeter. I'm gonna go up to an 18 millimeter, kind of give it more bolt, more strength, even though it might not need it. But needless to say, I got parts to order, I got more stuff to come for it. This stuff doesn't just happen in a day. I'm sure if I did a couple of them, you know, and I know exactly what I needed, this would be a lot quicker. But anyway, that's where this is going to leave off. We're going to get this out of here, and we're going to get started on this project. We're all cleaned out, blew out the rubber, pressed out the insides. Now we're getting ready to size up our Delrin so we can chuck it up in the lathe and get the inner and outer diameter correct to go in those sleeves for now. Like I said, temporary solution. Could turn into a permanent solution, probably not though. I got parts coming for that, so we'll get this going, get it tightened up for now, and then when we get the parts for that, we'll get it together.
Try Delrin bushing, don't do that.
Well, we won't know it. This is just a part one.
I didn't measure that side, so I'm hoping it's the same fit. I should have probably measured. This one might be smaller.
Let's get it.
I don't know what tighter. Oh. That's actually on the other side.
Perfect.
Oh.
I just gotta put it in.
I still think it'll be alright. You know what? If it wears out, I'll make it out of it.
If I wear it out in a week and a half or however long it takes.
You might just like
Probably videos.
recording?
Wait, I'm putting it in upside down.
Oh.
Yeah, that's your.
Edit that out.
It will drive like hot trash like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. It keeps racking into my.
It's so solid.
We got it. Oh, let's get started out here. Was there washers in there?
No, it's
Yeah!
must be a hot trash.
Oh, you should hear their vehicles. You can just sit here and listen to vehicles all day long, leaving South Shady Road. It's an impressive amount of noise sometimes.
An impressive amount of noise.
Yeah. Some stuff's like, man, that sounds really good, and then the next thing you hear is like, oh, sweet Jesus. You drive that thing on the road?
Is it wrong if I teabag your camera?
A little bit. You're teabagging the people. The tens of people that watch my videos.
The dozens that might be watching this.
I need a better view.
Just send it.
Yeah, you're gonna just want
Oh,
to
there
send
it
that
is.
thing.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Get it in your home.
Does it help if I wiggle it?
Only when it's in.
Hopefully, actually did.
Wait, what?
It actually did. Let him get his in there because there might be. Well, actually, there's less alignment issues than I thought there was going to be.
What are you talking about? I'm like a hole off.
No, like this way.
Oh.
Well, yeah, there's your whole off, remember?
Because it
The
was-
axle's
Dude.
centered right now. You gotta come over.
So we turn it the other direction. Or do we want to ratchet strap that thing over?
Best.
We'll just ratchet strap it. This is why we're doing this.
Yeah, because we got. Now you know what? I put those marks on the tire. I want to measure that. I want to measure that after we get it done.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and go to the axle on your side, Mr. Doug.
You going to the frame?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the frame. We need to go to the frame.
I'd wrap it around the steering stabilizer, as crooked as possible.
Hey now.
Just right through here.
The degenerate me wants just hook the wheel. Grab the coil. Just grab the coil.
The funny thing is, I bet my steering wheel's gonna be straight now. Once we put this back in, even though it's like a quarter of a turn off. One more. Maybe one more though.
When he says one more, he means like 6.
Yeah, I do need 6. There's gonna be a lot. I don't think this thing's gonna do it.
Dang, really?
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh,
Okay,
that went back.
we need to go this way then.
Oh shit.
Hey, watch your mouth.
More. More. You're almost there.
Give it a wiggle.
A little wiggle, right?
We're just gonna
Oh, shoot.
leave that ratchet strap there.
Why, it's good now.
I felt the handle flexing while I was turning it. I was waiting for something kind of similar to stuff you went on.
Bingo!
He's like, man, I got way more pressure on that thing than where I hooked it.
Just gonna throw that in the trash can.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh.
Alright. 15 and the. Where'd the.
You mean the 15, 16?
Yes! Abbreviations, man.
So we were working with Bobby building that thing, and all those guys and contractors have different meanings for fractions. So, like, what was Bobby's? His
5.
was 5. It's like
Cut it
3 and 5. Is what would you like 5 what? Well,
Like
for
half?
him, 5 was like 5/8. I think.
Oh.
Wasn't
No,
it?
it was.
Or was it 5/16?
I don't remember.
It was something weird. Oh, easy with that. That thing's got some green to it.
Yeah.
for funsies, I want to
Just
straighten
for-
your steering wheel out and see how much that moves.
I know there was a lot of bouncing around today, but we got a lot done. So, like I said before, recap, I bought the wrong piece of pipe. Well, you know, I thought I was getting one thing. I was wrong. That's just going to happen. Got the right stuff coming though. So, we got the new track bar mocked up. We know what we need to do as far as bends and length and all that fun stuff. So, we'll have that done pretty soon. For now, those Delrin bushings that we made to go in the place of that, we're great. You know, it really tightened things up. Obviously, I need to drive it more and get a feel for it. Before I had like, I don't know, a lot of movement. Now there's no movement. Not as much movement before the truck changes direction. Before it was like driving a mid-80s Chevy or 70s. That was pretty bad. But they'll last long enough to get the parts to get our new one done. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something a little different. So before we were gonna run 1 3/4 120 wall. I was just gonna go out and get another piece, like an actual piece of DOM, and call it good there. But I think I'm actually gonna go get a piece of 1 3/4 quarter wall, which is a lot thicker, and run that instead. So between that 1 3/4 quarter wall and those EMF rod ends that we got, that thing is going to be one solid piece, which is great. The big thing right now, the reason I'm not just going to run the Delrin bushings and call it good, is like you guys saw, when we took the bolt out to take that track bar out in the beginning, the truck jumped a 1/2 inch to one side, which is not good. It's not good because the axle and the truck are constantly fighting each other. So we got everything centered up. We got the whole truck sitting within, I think it was like 3/16 of itself, which is, it's pretty good in my book. So when we get the new bar done, it'll be able to, everything's going to be able to float with itself and be nice, centered, and happy, which should actually improve the way that it rides a little bit more. But all that to say, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's progress. Not everything happens in a day. You know, things need time. You need to R&D. You got to figure things out. And we'll get it. We'll get it. But for now, I hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you on the next one.